Hello everyone. This is lecture 6 on fixed point theory. Today I'm again going to explain some extensions of Banach contraction principle. Some results we have already studied in lecture 5. So I'm going to explain the extension of Banach contraction principle which was given by Boyd and Wong. Boyd and Wong obtained a more general result. In this theorem, it is assumed that the function psi, which is going from R positive to R positive, is upper semi-continuous from right side, right? So this is upper semi-continuous from right, means whenever we are going from right, we take all the points from the right side or of the neighborhood of R, right? Then the limit supremum of psi function over Rj, where j is going to infinity, is always less than equal to psi r. Means the value of psi r will be maximum over all the points near the neighborhood of r from right side, right? So for example, if we consider a function fx which is -1 whenever x is negative and it is 1 whenever x is greater than equals to 0, then this function is upper semi-continuous at x is equal to 0, because what will be the value of f this function phi, or you can say f at 0? This is 1, right? Here this psi function is nothing but f. Okay, so this function psi at 0 is 1 whenever you are moving from right side of r. Okay, all these values are again 1. So this is true, 1 is less than equal to 1, this is true. So the function is upper semi-continuous at the point x is equal to 0. Moreover, this is upper semi-continuous from the left side also, because if you are taking the points from the left side of R, again the value is -1, which is less than equal to 1. So this function is upper semi-continuous at x is equal to 0. Not only from the right side but also from the left side. But here in the definition, these are those functions which are going from R positive to R positive, and they are said to be upper semi-continuous from right side if we are moving from only right right to the point of R. And if all the values of the functions at all those points in the neighborhood of R from the right side, if that is less than equal to the value of the function at R, then we will say the function is upper semi-continuous from right. So in the theorem, he considers
So the
psi
theorem
function to be
is, let
such
M
function
be
which
a
is upper
complete metric
semi-continuous.
space and F be a function
Going from M to M means it is self function, and it satisfies this inequality. The inequality is the distance of fx and fy is less than equal to psi times psi of, sorry, not times, it is psi of d of xy for each xy belonging to M, where the psi function is a function going from R positive to R positive, and this function is upper semi-continuous from the right side, and satisfy this inequality that psi t is always less than t whenever your t is strictly greater than 0. Then the function f, this has a unique fixed point, say it is x bar, and we have a sequence f n x, it converges to this fixed point for each x belonging to the set M. So what is given to us? Given that M is complete, we define a function which is going from this complete set to complete set and satisfying this inequality. So this is an extension of contraction. Here we are introduced a function psi. Rather taking some constant, we are taking a function psi which is upper semi-continuous and which is strictly less than t. Right? So this function is strictly less than d of xy. So this is contractive. Okay. So whenever the function satisfy these conditions, then f has a unique fixed point and we have a sequence which converging to this fixed point. Now the proof, for proof we first consider a sequence, we construct a sequence. So we take any x from the set M. So we fix this x, and corresponding to this x we define a sequence xn, which is f to the power n x. Means what? Your x1 is f of x, your x2 is f square x, means f of x1, right? So iteration, this f is the nth iterate, right? So this xn is nth iterate of f at x. In the first step we will prove that the distance between two consecutive numbers, two consecutive points, is zero whenever these points are going to these points are matlab, they are going to the tail, means n is going to infinity. So we have to prove this thing first. Now since our f is contractive, the sequence, this is monotonically decreasing. Now why it is monotonic decreasing? As we know that this distance is always greater than equals to 0, and using the condition we can write xn is nothing but nth iterate of function f at x. Xn plus 1 is n plus 1th iteration. Now apply the given condition, we get this is less than equal to psi times this thing. Now this is what? But psi t is less than t, so we get this is less than this. So you take this number to this side, you get d of xn comma xn plus 1 divide by d of xn minus 1 comma xn is strictly less than 1. So we get this is monotonic decreasing, right? So this is monotonic decreasing, this is bounded below, this is bounded below by the number 0. So therefore by the theorem, decreasing sequence theorem, we get this sequence should be convergent. Say it is converges to r which is greater than equal to 0, and first we assume that this is strictly greater than 0. Actually we want to prove this thing that this limit is 0. So basically we consider a contradiction. We assume that it is not equal to 0, however it is strictly greater than 0. So now just see what you get. We get distance of xn plus 1 xn plus 2, it should be less than equal to sine times the distance of xn xn plus 1, which is strictly less than this, right? So what we get, when you take r tending to sorry n tending to infinity, what is this number? This is nothing but r, this limit is r, this is also r, right? And this is psi of r. So what we get? We get r is less than equal to psi r, and which is strictly less than r, which not possible. The psi function is those function which are less than r, right? So it means r should be 0. Only then we get this inequality. 0 is less than equal to psi 0, and psi 0 is 0 basically. So only then we have this inequality. So what we get? R should be 0. Otherwise we get contradiction. So r should be 0. So the first step is prove that the limit of d of xn comma xn plus 1 is 0 as n goes to infinity. In the second step, we will show that this sequence is a Cauchy sequence. Suppose it is not Cauchy, then what will happen? Then for some epsilon, there exists mk, nk greater than equal to k such that we have this number which is very very large, but the distance is greater than equals to epsilon, not less than epsilon, greater than equal to epsilon, because it is not Cauchy, right? Furthermore, we assume that for each k, mk is the smallest number which is greater than nk, for which this equation 1 holds, right? So we take mk to be the smallest which is greater than nk for this condition hold. So now just see, by using the step 1, there exists some k naught which is greater than equal to which is less than equal to k, which implies this distance should be less than equal to epsilon, because this sequence is going to 0, right? Distance of xk plus 1, two consecutives, this distance is, this limit is 0 when k is very very large. So for this, by the definition of limit, we get this is less than epsilon. And for the same k, for such k, what we get, this is greater than equal to this is epsilon is less than equal to d of xmk and xnk. This we have choose, right? This we have chosen. But further this is less than equal to, we can apply the triangles inequality and point add कर सकते हैं x mk minus 1 x mk minus 1, right? So now just see, these are two consecutive, and this is any, right? So since mk is the smallest integer which is greater than nk, such that this thing is greater than equal to epsilon, it means for all those mk which are less all those numbers which are less than mk, this distance is strictly less than epsilon. So we can replace this with epsilon. So we get this plus this, and these are two consecutives. Okay, so what we get basically this thing, right? So what we get epsilon is less than equal to this number, which is less than equals to this plus epsilon, right? So if we take k tending to infinity, what we get basically, this number is 0. So we get the limit of this is nothing but epsilon. Okay, so we get a subsequence which is going to epsilon. On the other hand, if we apply triangle's inequality, right, we add these 2 points and these 2 points, right? First we add this point and then we add x and k plus 1. So what we get, we have this by using triangle's inequality, right? These are two consecutives, these are also two consecutives, so basically these are replaced with twice time distance between two consecutives. Okay, and we have this thing, but this is less than equals to psi times this, so we have this thing, right? So now just see, whenever your k is going to infinity, this number is 0 because by using the step 1, and since this number is epsilon inside number, whenever our k is going to infinity, then psi of epsilon will be again psi, sorry, this is nothing but psi of epsilon. So what we get here, it is epsilon which is less than equal to psi epsilon. Again we get contradiction because psi epsilon should be strictly less than epsilon, right? It means this epsilon should be 0, so this is a contradiction. It means our supposition is wrong. The distance of xm comma xn should be strictly less than epsilon for all m greater than n and greater than some number k. So this implies the sequence xn is a Cauchy sequence. Since it is Cauchy, m is complete, so therefore our sequence should be convergent in m. Say it converges to z or x bar. Further, our f is continuous from the right side, it is lower semi continuous, or sorry, upper semi continuous from right? So the value of the function at xn limit, it is nothing but z. So this implies the function z is a fixed point of f, and uniqueness will be followed in the same way as we have done in Banach contraction principle. So this proves the result. Another variant is due to Matkowski, and in this result the continuity condition on psi is replaced with some another condition. So here M is again a complete metric space, and suppose F is a mapping going from M to M satisfying this inequality, right? Where psi is a function going from 0 to infinity to 0 to infinity, and this function is monotone, non-decreasing, satisfying that the nth iterate of this psi is 0 when n goes to infinity for every t strictly greater than 0. Then the function f has a unique fixed point, and the limit this is going to the fixed point. Again we fix some x belonging to m, and we consider a sequence xn which is nth iterate of f. In the step 1 again we show that the limit of two consecutive distance of two consecutive numbers is 0 when n goes to infinity. So for this we define this, we take this can be written as this, as I have already told you, because we construct a sequence xn in such a way so that this we get this, and using the inequality we get this should be strictly less than this. Now what is given to us, psi is an increasing function, and using the star equation what we have, it should be uh, less than equal to psi square times this, right? And so on, it should be less than equal to psi to the power n distance of this. So we have this is psi to the power n distance of x comma x1, and since by the given condition this nth iterate of psi will goes to 0 as n goes to infinity whenever this distance is strictly greater than 0, since x and x1 are different numbers, so therefore this distance should be strictly greater than 0. So what we get, this is going to 0 implies that the limit of this is 0, and this thing we have to prove, right? In the step 2 again we will show that xn is a Cauchy sequence. Now what is given to us, the nth iterate of psi, it is 0 for every t greater than 0. The psi epsilon is less than epsilon for any epsilon greater than 0. This is by the definition of limit. We get psi and t, it is strictly less than epsilon. So our psi t, psi epsilon, we have such epsilon such that this thing holds. Psi epsilon is less than epsilon. Now for given epsilon greater than 0, it is possible to choose some n such that distance of x and xn plus 1 is less than equal to epsilon minus psi of epsilon. Since we choose epsilon in such a way that psi epsilon is strictly less than epsilon, so you can take this epsilon to be this side, epsilon minus psi epsilon, it is strictly greater than 0. So since this limit is going to 0, so we can choose in such a way that this number is less than equal to epsilon minus psi epsilon, right? So now we consider a set in such a way, k is a set of all those sequences xn, right, such that for all those x belonging to m, the distance of x and xn is less than equal to epsilon. So it is a set of all those members of m such that the distance of xn and that member is less than equal to epsilon. So now if we take z to be any member of this set, then what will happen? Then distance of tz comma xn, it will be less than equal to distance of tz comma t of xn plus distance of txn comma xn. By using triangles inequality, we add this point t of xn, right? By using the given inequality, it will be less than equal to psi times d of z comma xn plus this number is nothing but xn plus 1 plus this thing, and using this it should be less than equal to epsilon minus psi epsilon, and this 6 this z belongs to this set, so therefore the distance of z and xn, it is less than equal to epsilon. So it is less than equal to epsilon, so psi of epsilon is less than this is nothing but psi of epsilon. Here it is not x, it is epsilon. right? So this psi epsilon will be cancelled out, you're left with only epsilon. So what we get, the distance of tz and xn, it is also less than equal to epsilon. So it means whenever z belongs to this set, tz also belongs to this set. So T is also a mapping going from this to this, such that you take any xn, any xm, it is also less than equal to epsilon. And this is true for every m and n, so this means it is true for every m greater than equals to n. So this implies the sequence xn is a Cauchy sequence. So since the sequence is Cauchy, the space is complete using the same concepts as we have already proved in the previous theorems, right? We get the mapping T or F, whatever, this has a unique fixed point in